Welcome back to another episode of the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I am Mike Witzak,
I am Rory Farrell,
and we are two loan officers at Marathon Mortgage.
amongst other things.
Amongst,
It's
many
one of our talents.
Renaissance men.
Yep.
So what are we drinking today?
We are going to drink something that I picked up on vacation last week. It's from Crooked Hammock Brewery out of Lewes, Delaware. And it's a nice summer one. It's I'll read it. A pineapple coconut sour.
Okay.
So sour's obviously pretty funky, just on their own. And then this one's obviously got a beach vibe to it, pineapple, coconut. And I think it's 5.5%.
You can smell the pineapple and the
Yep.
coconut.
And it contains lactose, so it uses this milk sugar that kind of gives it like a creamy, sweet flavor. So we'll see. Haven't had it before.
All
Cheers.
right, cheers.
Yeah, you can immediately smell the pineapple and
Yeah.
actually the sourness of it.
Whoa.
Is it? Okay,
I
it's
did
not it's not as sour as I expected it
Yeah,
to be. It's
I
actually
didn't
like pretty palatable for being a sour. It's got great flavor too.
The milk aftertaste is big. That's a big milk aftertaste
it is.
they got there.
I love these flavors again. I mean,
Yeah.
coconut, pineapple. Like I could eat this and drink this all day.
You could eat this all day? Interesting. No, I definitely,
Eat those. Like
honestly, surprisingly, I'd buy a 4-pack. of this.
okay, cool.
I would,
Hey,
honestly.
we got a win there. I actually,
Yeah.
on today's episode, I gave him like 5 different options.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
the one that I expected him to pick the least. And he went with it. He got weird today. So
I got weird, Sometimes you got to get down with it. So, how's vacation, by the way? Welcome back.
it was nice, a little stressful. Because for those of you who tuned in to the end to hear my win for the week last week, I mentioned that, in our industry, in real estate and mortgage industry, as soon as you go away on vacation, you try to take a quiet vacation, you're going to get busy. And that's what happened. So I essentially doubled my month's business in 3 days while on vacation. So
Yeah.
not that I'm complaining. I'm happy to do it and
Yeah.
glad for the business and appreciate the business. But
That'll happen
it
for
happens.
sure.
So
That's like
I'll take it. What are you gonna do?
classic mortgage thing.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess you brought up a pretty good topic.
Yeah. Well, it's
talk about today.
timely for me because I'll kind of get to this in my win. But when we first run credit for a client, let's say that it's not as good as what the client thought, or we want to bump it up by a little bit. We have this program through our credit company called like a credit analyzer or what if simulator.
Yeah.
So basically we can look at like, hey, what if I were to pay down this credit card by $500? How would that affect my credit in the short term? And oftentimes there's, small or minimal things that you can do to either remove a collection or pay down a balance or whatever the case is, close an authorized user card or whatever. And it has a big impact, and you can get that done pretty quickly with a rapid rescore. So in this particular situation, I had a client who his credit was like 720 because he congratulations, just got married, put a bunch of stuff on credit cards, but he was actively paying those down. And he's like, hey, I'm going to make this payment anyway. How would that affect my credit? And what it did was it actually bumped his credit utilization under that 30% mark.
Yeah.
And I did the credit analyzer, and we found out that it was going to bump up his credit by like 40 points, which 40 points anyway is a big deal. But where he was sitting and where it was getting him to, like bumped him up to like 2 or 3 different buckets.
Yeah.
So, and when that happens, you can kind of like, and you can speak to this, you can kind of like price out or offer a rate based on their current credit scores.
Yep.
Knowing that, hey, if we do this and your credit goes up, we can offer you this. So
this score, or this rate. Yeah, I think that, and then there's been, circumstances where we've ran credit and their credit scores have gone down throughout the process too, and we have that ability to show them, hey, look, if you pay X, Y, and Z down, or you do this. I actually had one in March or April that their credit was a little bit lower, so we ran that what if simulator. We figured out what he had to pay down, and he ended up getting he wasn't getting qualified, and then he ended up getting qualified because of what we did and figured out there. So there's multiple ways that can help with a lot of different things.
From going non-qualified to qualified to putting yourself in a better position to get better terms, things like that. But
yeah, absolutely.
In this case, he went from, I think we locked him in at 6 3/4. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a couple months ago, maybe 45 days ago, and we ended up getting him down to 6 3/8. So
oh wow.
It saved him a bunch of money monthly, and he was just, he appreciated that, us taking the time and rescoring him and
that extra step.
yeah.
Yes,
So it just made him happy, and that's the type of stuff where they'll remember that the next time they come back for a refinance or they're referring friends out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not many people out there, I feel like, that would even do that. Because, it costs money to do those what if
And it costs
simulators.
us money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
It's-
costs us money to do that.
That's not a cost. So when we do the rescores and we do the analyzers and things like that, that's not a cost that we're legally allowed to pass on to the borrower. So it's something that we do and we absorb, and
Yep.
just because it's the right thing to do, and you build that relationship, and it's like karma that'll come back on the back end.
Yeah,
years,
absolutely.
months down the line. So
Very nice. Good stuff.
yeah, so that was something that we
Topic,
can
yeah.
do. Something that most loan officers can do, but it's just something that came up this week. And it's an interesting topic because a lot of times, I've had people come in and be like, "Oh, my credit's 800," and then we'll run credit and it'll be like 730 or whatever, and they're like, "Well, why?" And then we can kind of look at the actual report and like, "Well, what about this? What about this?" And they're like, "Oh, it's easy enough to fix that."
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
lot of times, so
Very
just
nice.
taking the extra step.
Dope.
So that's your mortgage industry update. Fun fact for the week.
What's your little win guy for the week, huh?
Win would be actually kind of in that same vein. That client settled it today on the house.
Yes, he
And
did.
Went to settlement. Got to meet him in person, which is always fun. And they're just young, their first house. They were super excited. And he mentioned a couple times, like, "Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you for making that suggestion and working with us, and spending
Yeah.
the time and money to put us in a better position." And especially in the environment that we're in, with rates rising and them being higher than they ever have been over the past couple of years, like every little eighth counts. So if you can save them an eighth, that's a big deal, especially for those first-time home buyers where the monthly payment is really critical.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's huge.
So yeah, it felt good.
Nice win, dude.
Yeah,
Nice win.
and just being busy on vacation was a nice win to get some
We'll
business.
take that. We'll take that for sure.
What about you?
I had a settlement today as well.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, I'm sure
It's
you
been
guys
a
do.
saga.
I won't get into it. Although I
Give
do
us the
want
Cliff
to.
Notes.
I'll give you the Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes is had a guy couldn't get qualified anywhere else, got him qualified, did the loan. It's actually like a little bit under a month since we did it. Really, it's like
And that was a DSCR, right?
DSCR, debt servicing coverage loan.
Unique product that we have.
Very unique product. Very unique bank. And it took a long time and a lot of struggles to get it done, but we got her done.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know nothing that we did wrong.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, you can note that for sure. But just a lot of back and forth with the bank and just trying to get things moved along, and it was a very long and struggling process. I don't know really how else to describe it, but we got to the settlement table today. We signed all the papers.
Yep.
And everybody got their checks.
And what's the silver lining with the realtor?
Silver lining with the realtor is the realtor cannot, first off, I saved the deal. Saved the deal and we closed. Second off, couldn't, say my praises enough, which I greatly appreciate.
They appreciate. If you didn't bend over backwards to do what you did, they're not walking away with a commission check.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, and I think she knows that it's more to me than it is the commissions. Like, she knew that I genuinely cared about getting this closed and everything that I was doing to get it done, I was doing. So
you literally physically lose sleep over it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's the past 3-4 days I've been up at like 6 a.m. Like, what's going on with this? What's happening?
Calling underwriters,
just everything and anything. So it's done. I think it's done. Settled. The signed papers are signed. Checks are dispersed. So
yeah, wires out.
That was like,
done.
I get to go home and just sit down and be like, I don't have to think about anything
if-
right now.
And it's a Friday. It would be
Yeah.
a nice Friday to do that.
Oh my god. So yeah, very happy about that. But
all right,
that's my win.
win. All right, we love it.
Yeah, dude.
Closing loans. Man, anything else to add?
Nah, not really. No.
Hopefully you
All
didn't
good.
mess up the audio on this episode. Sorry for those of you who tuned in last week. That was a mic blunder.
Yeah.
I was on vacation. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Any editing or filming blunders are typically mic blunders. Yeah, no, we're fine. We're chilling.
right.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not going to waste anyone's time with these drops. So have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Reach out to us if you have any questions, need any pre-approvals, estimates, or recommendations on insurance companies or things like that.
Yeah, whatever you want.
We do it all here.
Recommendations on places to eat.
Oh yeah. Beers to drink.
Things to do in Philly. Yeah, give us a call.
We got
We're
it.
here.
All right.
All right.
Happy Friday.
Later, guys. Cheers, dude. Bang. That's a good beer.
Yeah.